Hey friends. Okay, so yesterday I got brought up in one of my groups that some of the book recommendations talk too much about Gerald Gardner and Crowley and all the other kind of male authors as the origins of witchcraft or our modern witchcraft. I know that also becomes an issue when people are reading The Crooked Path. And the thing is that we can't deny that male authors are the ones that wrote the books. But that doesn't mean that the women weren't behind the words. I want to focus on the females in witchcraft. You're going to want to look at now. Doreen Valiente was originally Wiccan. She was Gerald Gardner's high priestess, but she wrote a ton of books that are really, really helpful. And honestly, The Charge of the Goddess is stunning. Let's go to my bookshelf and see what else we can find. So, hang on, I've got a little basket here of books. Here's one, Applied Magic by Dion Fortune, another legend in witchcraft. This is actually a first edition. The chapter topics are the occult ways and practical applications of occultism, the group mind, the psychology of ritual, the circuit of force, the three kinds of reality, non-humans, black magic, a magical body, the occult, field today, and an esoteric glossary. The book was printed in 1962, so some things in it are outdated, but it gives you a woman's perspective on kind of the philosophy of magic. These are by I just dropped my headstone. Back to this. Okay, so female authors. This one is more of an academic book. It's Shamanic Visionary Traditions in Early Modern British Witchcraft and Magic. This is written by Emma Wilby. This one is Wild Medicine, Illustrated Guide to the Magic of Herbs. Wilby Bundy and Kate Bellew. Really pretty book. Wild Witchcraft, Folk Herbalism, Garden Magic, and Foraging by Rebecca. It's by Rebecca Bayer. If you're interested in Celtic witchcraft, Irish witchcraft from an Irish witch is Laura O'Brien. And this book isn't so much about magic as it is about paganism. And if you're interested in any deities here, Morgan Daimler has a bunch in the Pagan series. Very, very good. These are all mostly female authors. Again, Celtic leaning, so like the Morgan and Caradwyn, but these are all female authors. So Stephanie Woodfield, the Morgan, Laura O'Brien. I think I've mentioned Witchery by Juliet Diaz. Also love her Plant Witchery. She is Native American. It's good for beginners, but especially kids. It's like, safe. Practical Magic for Beginners. Maggie, what does that say? Maggie Haseman is another one that's really good by Nancy Hendrickson, Ancestral Tarot, if you're interested in learning the tarot. Power Tarot, 78 Degrees of Wisdom, if you're looking more into Lilith or other Hebrew type goddesses. There's also an ABC of Witchcraft, Past and Present, Doreen Valiente. Honestly, if you're looking for something that is not so male-centered, go into the academic history if you can. Again, a lot of them are written by men, I know. But I will say anything by Ronald Hutton is going to give you so much history and lore and information on how witches were handled and dealt with and how they practiced. And I found Ronald Hutton to be so valuable. A million books out there. I get that. What I would do if I was a brand new witch and I was just, what I did do when I was a brand new witch. Pick one book. And if you are interested in any type of specific path, pick a book that you like on that path. Look at the reviews, see what the reviews say. And then when you have that book in your hands and you read it, out what you like, leave what you don't. And then what you're going to do at the very end of it, or at any point, you're going to go to the back where the bibliography is. Any good book is going to have a bibliography, and that's going to lead you to more books, especially if you like the book you just read. You're going to be like, okay, well, I need to figure out how this author learned all this stuff, and it's going to lead you to more books. And then when you're looking for those books, don't just go right to Amazon. Go on like ABE Books and Thrift Books, or your local used bookstore might be able to get them if you can find them cheaper. But I believe the question was looking for more like divine feminine type books. And just that right there is when you're looking for that specifically, you're probably going to get into a lot of like personal gnosis, personal experience type books. I tend to stay away from those because I always like to form my own opinion from like an objective perspective. But if you want to be inspired, again, you can just look that up on Google, books about the divine feminine and witchcraft, and see what comes up and just go with what speaks to you. People can recommend 1,000 books and maybe none of them are right for you. Part of witchcraft is following your intuition, and it's letting the path unfold before you. So I think it's important to let your intuition lead you. If a book looks good to you, if you think that's going to work with you, try it. I can tell you I have over 200 witchcraft books. Not all of them have been great. There's only one on my shelf that I absolutely hate. Like, hate it. All of them are going to be good, and you'll collect them over time. Actually, you know what? There's a resource with old books that are, hang on. So Cornell University has a digital collection of 102 historical witchcraft books. If you go to their website, so if you look up the Digital Occult Library, you can find old books there as well. There's another one that I can't find right now, but I'll look for it. But it had thousands of not copyrighted witchcraft books. I gotta find that, but they would all be old. So yeah, I mean, take recommendations, listen to, you know, guidance, but ultimately, like, it always comes down to let your path unfold before you. Let yourself lead yourself towards where you need to go. If you're a book collector like me, I'll buy any of the books, like whatever. But if you're interested in being efficient, then trust your intuition, read the reviews, and always look in the bibliography, because that's how I end up buying most of the books I want. I was reading Celtic Curses by Bernard Mees, and then I looked in the bibliography and I saw that he referenced Charms, Charmers, and Charming in Ireland. So I bought this one, and it's great. That helps.